Hey, it's Ben here. I'll tell you a little bit about my life so you can get to know me, know who I am. I was born in 1979 in a small town, Louisiana, by the name of Independence, at Charity Hospital. My parents were struggling when they had me, already having my sister 2 years prior. Me and her wound up being born a day apart, her being born at 77 and me being born at 79. And we uh, we went through some hard times as a family growing up. My dad having to work offshore, and my mom working odds and end places. I'm assuming didn't talk too much about her jobs, but we came to Illinois when I was around 4.5, 5. First city I seen was Chicago as a kid. That was we were going through there, and that was through for a great grandpa's funeral. That was my first funeral I'd seen. Probably too young to be there, too young to see what I seen. Um, but let's see. Trying not to leave no gaps. We were we struggled. We moved out to a house in the country. Me and my sister, polar opposites. Didn't get along with her too well. You know, figured it was a sister brother thing. Today we don't even still get along as that well. But my music, I discovered around 5 or 6 years old. Probably six, more like 6 or 7 maybe. Can't remember exact time frames, but I know my dad was restoring a piano, and I started playing around with the keys on it while he was restoring it. I wasn't supposed to be touching it, but I did anyway. Kids do that. And I started playing melodies, and stuff started resonating in my mind like it fit with me for some reason. I don't know why. And then I remember my grandma, God bless her soul, but she uh, she would give me guitars once in a while, acoustic guitars. Never really took good care of them. I wish I still, I think I still have some at my parents' house, buried somewhere in their storage room. I think I have a few. Um, she would give them to me for like Christmas and stuff, but I remember touching the chords, touching the guitar, it feeling right in my hand for a reason. Maybe a past life. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have, things that the kids had at school. My connection was music. You know, my dad was kind of an alcoholic when I was a kid, and my parents, they got along, but not all the time. So there was a lot of fighting that went on and stuff with us growing up. So music, I always ran to music. Music was my thing. Um, I played instruments. I got a guitar for my birthday when I was around 10, I think it was. I kept pounding away at that, standing on my bed, pretending to be a rock star, going outside with my boombox, thinking I was a rock star. You know, I just kept on going back to it and just feeling like this was where I belong. This is where I want. This is what I want to do with my life. And at the same time, while going through these struggles, I was watching my sister being bullied. I started getting bullied at school. We weren't really much of anybody. We didn't have the right last name. Small school. Um, but yeah, I think my dad invested in a lot of tools and stuff when we were out in the country. I mean, I don't like to talk too bad about him because me and him have patched up our relationship together now. It wasn't so great when I was growing up. Um, so, but yeah, I mean that is what it is. I mean, but I mean, all kids go through a lot of shit. Kids go through a lot more. I just remember wearing hand-me-down looking clothes, and my mom feeling probably was the best. And I just know when there's other kids all around you with nice shoes, new shoes all the time, and everything, all dropping all the fads and fitting in. I wasn't doing that, and that wasn't my fault. But as a kid, they don't understand that about another kid, so they go through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So time moved on. I got real close to my uncle. God rest his soul too. Lost him to cancer. He left behind a daughter and 3 boys. Yeah, that's rough. Cancer. I hate cancer. My mother, she had breast cancer. She's still alive. And she's sick all the time, it seems. And I don't ever know what's wrong with her. She's depressed. I think my daughter, my children actually, is inherited some of the hereditary genes, and I don't know how to parent, I guess, the right way. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to hold stuff together so well. I'm not trying to make this like a common drama of life, but I'm trying to let everybody understand I never had faith in myself. I never believed in myself. I went over 20 something years with the depression I didn't even know I had, with anxiety that I didn't know what was as bad as it was. So it made me distant myself from people. It made me wear an angry face. It made me probably brag too much about stuff or just talk, because I never had shit as growing up, and I was in a lot of rough situations and seeing things I shouldn't have seen. I mean, I won't talk out loud about certain situations and things and certain people because I respect them too well, but certain things happen that I shouldn't have seen and been through, and it probably did mess me up. But I mean, I have a loving family, a supportive family, a loving wife, and I look at these things and I'm like, well, I move forward from it. I know that I have, turned to herb to help cope. It's been a really good medicine for me, and I have taken onto meditation. I took on meditation with trying to get healthy as well, exercising as much as I can to fit into my schedule anyway, amongst my family and everything else, because our treadmill was in the living room, nowhere else really we can put it at this point. Yeah, we've been chasing this dream. I've been chasing this dream for a long time, ever since a child. Here about 3 or 4 years back, we lost a child, and she was pretty close to us. I kind of stayed to myself, anyway, but I mean, she was there, and and you can't help but get close to a child when they make your children so happy. So, and she was just that way. So, God rest your soul too, Natalie. But yeah, I think that maybe they shouldn't have seen what they seen that day, but I mean, we're still healing. I think it's good to talk about certain things and to heal, and for you guys to know me and connect to me and to really know who I am and what I'm still trying to make this happen and get a placement for, because it has turned about from something I was trying so hard to get to now it's there's more people involved now at this point. I wasn't aware that things were gonna happen the way they did, spiritually, mentally, everything. You know, I didn't know what this change and this virus and this everything else that's happened, that this would be the way things are gonna be. You know, this mental state is something else. I just don't I don't know where to turn sometimes, and it's I I meditate for strength, you know. And when I did take that spiritual journey, I did take a walk that gave me a confidence, gave me a confidence I never had before. You know, if that makes any sense, but I I don't know. It's almost like I had a spiritual guide talking with me, you know, like, hey, like that voice, that reason, that voice in your head, like, hey, believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and everything else will fall into place, you know. And I'm like, I look at it in a religious thing, and religious aspect, and I'm like, well, the Bible, you know, because I grew up Baptist, so I'm like, well, the Bible had said, you know, about having faith in God. Well, God's all around us. God's us. God is everywhere. That's how He knows He sees all, because He sees through our eyes. You know, and it made sense. I'm like, you gotta have faith in yourself for everything else to fall into place. And I don't understand why it took me this long to wake up, why it took me this long to get going, and it was never about procrastination and being lazy and being locked up or being hooked on drugs, or, you know, without nobody knowing my story, a lot of different things can be put in the air. You know what I mean? I've lost a lot of people in my life. I've lost touch with a lot of things. A lot of people came into my life from the past that I didn't ever tell about this and talk about it openly, so they chalked it off as I was just some over aggressive asshole, and I thought I was too good to talk to them, and I wouldn't respond to messages, and I wouldn't get online and be on Facebook, or, you know, or respond, and I gotta tell you guys that people I affected that way is nothing personal. I uh, I have been battling amount of depression that I think some people would go insane with, because I don't think if I would have brought a spiritual side back and gave, you know, and found a connection with life the way I see it now, I don't know where I'd be, you know. I mean, my mental state has been all over the place, but it's been good. You know what I mean? It's the progression has gotten me a million places higher than I ever have been in my whole life. You know, I mean, when me and my sister were young, we seen a lot of fighting. I seen a lot of abuse. And I just, they created havoc in my life. And, you know, it's hard for me to trust anybody because of the stuff I've been through and shit, you know, and I struggled for years with it. And now, I mean, I must look a wreck now. I mean, I'm tired. I'm talking to you guys right now. It's like 4 in the morning right now. This is the day after Mother's Day that I'm talking to you, and I don't know. I'm stressed. This needs to open back up. You know, the virus all this stuff is just, whether real or not real, or I don't stay in politics. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about this stuff. I just know that we've gained and we've lost with this, because I know my children's mental state is all over the place. I mean, they're good. They're good children. I'm proud of them. But I know that they're going through a lot too with all this, and I know a lot of families are, a lot of people are. And I just want to tell you guys that there's nothing more important than family in the end. And you got to stick together, and you got to grow together. And when it comes to talking to children, you've got to literally put yourself in their shoes. And I think that's what's helping me and my wife become better parents, is realizing that there's two sides, and when their minds are so impressionable, and they literally feed off the energy off the household, off yourselves as being parents. It's real important to know that what you say and do, your actions can, you know, create a destructive path, or a path of positivity in their life. And like my daughter, she has been, having a rough patch with things. And we have like a chore set in place. And I told her, like, I understand, and I'm not mad at you. And because the last thing you want to do is make a child feel at fault, like when they're already going through so much, especially nowadays, like now in these times. Because I have a feeling that things are maybe not going to get better. I hope they are, because I say it so reluctantly, because I don't like putting bad things in the air like that. But I don't know if this virus is as real as they have said it is, or has been, or whatever. It's gonna come back with a vengeance. I'm hoping that it's not. I'm hoping that it's, things are cool. But enough about that. We all hear about enough of that all the time, right? So I'm not here to talk about that. I'm more here to talk about my life and help you guys understand why things are changing. I did archive all my videos from the past, so if you guys see that I have a 700,000 plus on this channel, that should say something about my timeline with my life. I should have took advantage of some things way back and kept going, but literally something happened. I don't know. I've had a lot of demons in my life, like try to control my life and change my life. And now I just need to think differently about stuff, for the better. Because life is crazy, guys. And we only get this one time around in this body, and we've got to make the best out of it. You know what I mean? So I just want you guys to know that it's important that if you have people that care about you in your life, always make sure that you make them first. You know what I mean? You gotta have you time, but you gotta have time for them. Because in the end, that mental support system that you create is very important. It's very important, guys. I mean, I have been a wreck for the last 20 plus years, trying to figure my life out, because everything has been moving so fast, especially the last like 5 or almost 8 something years. Me and my wife have fell so far in tax debt. I mean, we're probably over 40K in tax debt right now. All over just trying to make things better for our children and me chasing this dream with this music. And there's a lot that you've got to throw in and invest in yourself. There's a lot that goes into this, you know what I mean? Behind the scenes, there's a lot that you invest in, that you put in, and it's crazy. It's crazy, guys, because it's to get where I have been from where I started. Wow. So yeah, I don't have any major placements yet. I am working on trying to get some. Uh, I I don't know. I mean, that's kind of my life in a nutshell. I mean, I'm already working on like 20 minutes for this video, and I'm sorry that I'm dragging and I'm just tired, guys. I'm mentally exhausted. I don't know what to do and say anymore. I'm at wit's end. You know, I'm finding myself online every day, live, and I'm just waiting. You know what I mean? I'm patiently waiting. You know what I mean? I'm running after it. You know, I started paying for the sponsors and stuff like that because I can't expect people to know me without having that to help. You know what I mean? So it's whatever. If people don't think you should pay for sponsors and get discovered, just get discovered randomly. That's crazy to think about. Like trying to do that. You know, I mean, they have that in place for a reason. Like, it's not even that crazy expensive, and what you can gain in the end. You know, so sponsor yourself, put money in yourself, invest in yourself. Because I never believed in myself enough to do anything with this all these years, and look where I'm at. I'm 40 years old, and I am trying to really live off this music so I can take care of other people and take care of this and take care of, you know, get us out of this tax debt and get us going better than where we're at right now. You know, I don't know. Yeah, so so even if I wanted to do more than just this for a job, my checks would be nothing if I went and worked on top of this job, like my music production. If I went out into a factory, the federal government would probably take a majority of my check because of taxes. So it's kind of where we're at with things. So I rely on this, and my wife, she works from home. So, but it's doesn't ever seem like enough, you know, with both of us. It's just, you know what I mean? It's life's a struggle and music's a struggle, and yeah, this will all pay off. It's just a patience game, really. But you guys keep close in these times, and keep some sort of faith system within yourself and with everybody. You know, there's a lot of power in positivity, and there's a lot of power in believing in yourself. You know, and I know sometimes it feels like you're starting all over again when you're dealing with mental stress. I know, because in the end, I have bipolar, and I will not take medicine for it. I will not live like a zombie. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the answer. I think facing the problems head on and having the right people in your life to talk to is the answer. And if I can be that person to help people heal, because I've been going through stuff and I'm slowly getting better, I think I could heal other people and help other people as well. So if you choose to come along with my journey on this channel and the new path I'm trying to create with this music and in my life, subscribe. If not, cool. It's all good. You know, I came to this platform to bleed out this mental stress that I have, and to talk to you guys. And if you guys choose to listen, cool. If you don't, cool too. It's whatever. You know, it's not for everybody. And I just hope that I can restore faith in some people, and I hope that people will realize that it begins with you. It begins with you. And yeah, I'll be doing more of these vlogs because I know it's important. I need to be on here and I need to be talking to people, because I do not want anybody else, especially when they're young, and impressionable to go through all these years not believing in yourself like I did. Because there's a lot of power in that too. Having faith in yourself, you can go a long ways in life. A long ways, my friends. So, yeah, don't be like me, 40 years old, and trying to make something happen. So, yeah, once again, everybody, subscribe if you think you might want to come along for this new journey I'm on. Okay, and I promise I will be putting videos on here a lot more because I need to attack all the platforms and let everybody know keeping faith in yourself and positivity goes so far, so far. Well, I'm gonna get off here, guys. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. So this is gonna be like a vlog and a diary and maybe a way to help you guys too. So thank you all, love you all, bless you all, and yeah, things are gonna be all right. We just gotta believe. So later, guys.